Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. You guys know what's up. Comment down below where you're from, what time is it, and hashtag Self-Developed Army. So guys, in this one I believe I titled it, The One Reason You Are Still Beta. Okay, now again guys, don't use this word too literally. I mean, I am using this literally. I say this to myself and you guys. You will literally emit higher beta brain frequencies if you do not practice this. But again, the word is for marketing and clicks. You know, don't get too attached to that, okay? But let's get straight to it. The one reason you are still beta or will be beta, and I really learned this past couple weeks because I was beta as fuck these past couple weeks experiencing all of this anxiety. There's nothing wrong with anxiety, but if we continuously hold on to these emotions, these fears, we begin to emit beta brain frequencies, very fast and sporadic. It's ungrounded. It's not as resourceful as we could be, right? And the reason for this is your lack of breathing. It's that simple, right? Aren't these videos funny? It's like I speak of some superficial clickbaity title for the most part, but then really bring it back to one of the most basic, simplistic, core principles or ideas. Now, when I mean breathing, guys, yes, I'm talking about diaphragmatic breathing from your diaphragm, utilizing your diaphragm, which is a muscle there to help regulate your breathing. You can see my stomach rising. Right. Now I've made videos beforehand explaining physiological benefits of diaphragmatic breathing. One being you will actually release serotonin. You will release chemicals in your brain to help you feel more important, safe, protected, which is in and of itself, like that should be the reason, period. But really what I'm speaking of and why it's so important is I actually, right, want you to be diaphragmatic breathing throughout your entire life. I kind of fucked that up. I had a voice crack, but it is what it is. What I've cultivated and really learned this entire weekend is that there is actually, believe it or not a single excuse or reason why you should not be breathing, utilizing your diaphragm the entire day. The entire day. Do you want to know why? I'm going to break it down, but first, hear me out, right? When you're sleeping, right, getting your 8 hours of sleep, what if I told you that you were breathing utilizing your diaphragm? This is why if you catch yourself in the morning, or maybe you wake up, you notice, or if you have a spouse, when you breathe and the blanket's on you, what part of the blanket is moving? It's your stomach. Guaranteed, 100%. When you are exercising, when you're going for walks, what do you think you're utilizing? Your diaphragm, 100%. You need to. Oxygen is essential for life, and the diaphragm is the fastest, quickest way, maybe not the fastest, but the most important, potent way to properly utilize oxygen, right? Funny enough, when we're exercising, walking out in nature, or sleeping, why do we experience the least amount of anxiety, right? It's only times, and what I've noticed, every single time I'm experiencing anxiety in its myriad of forms, it's because I'm not breathing, or I am not breathing, and that definitely has something to do with accentuating it. So I just want you to ask yourself this, okay? The next time you feel anxious for whatever reason, because believe me, this spring energy, the video beforehand, I spoke of, you know, the anxiety, right? This is what spring energy does. It's a letting go. But through that letting go, there's that anxiety. I just want you to ask yourself, are you breathing? And when I say breathing, no shit, like obviously, yeah, you're breathing, you're doing a flutter breath. Are you really breathing though? And if you're not, which you're not, I can almost guarantee it because I never do, then breathe. Because it is almost impossible to be anxious while breathing deeply because of the serotonin you will be producing, the rhythmic nature. And if you do experience anxiety while you're deep breathing, it will fade much faster, tremendously. This is what meditation evokes. This is what it promotes. Come back to the breath, right? You see, when you're breathing deep, you can come back to something. There's an anchor. A flutter breath, you can't. Chest breathing, there is no oxygen. Your brain is literally lacking oxygen. That's why you are anxious. You are essentially dying, suffocating in a very minor way. Right? Hold your breath. Hold your breath for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Why do you experience anxiety? Because your brain is essentially diminished of oxygen, right? This is how strokes happen. I mean, this is how a myriad of problems happen. You don't have oxygen, you will begin to get anxious. So breathe. And this is a video to myself because believe me, the reason I'm making this video is because it is extremely, I would argue that only around 2 to 3% of our entire population breathes utilizing our diaphragm the entire day. And do you want to know what that population is? Maybe it's a bit bigger now thinking about than 2 or 3. It's children. That's it. Aren't you beginning to see a lot of parallels here, right? Patterns. Children, do they experience anxiety? Fuck no. Do you experience anxiety when you're walking, when you're exercising, when you're sleeping? No, because there's no mind. It's completely automatic. It's rhythmic. But now that we as human beings are so tense, we're so rigid, we have so much thought. We're really just in our heads our entire day, right? We're not focusing on the diaphragm. We're anxious. And it's a perpetual loop that just essentially spirals you downwards, right? So anyways, guys, that is it. Let's continue to come back to our breath. And yes, I mean, no cap. You should be breathing, utilizing your diaphragm the entire day. There is no excuse. There literally is no excuse. Now, I'll finish it here. It will feel extremely awkward to do it at first. And this is why we don't do it. Because it's actually much easier to breathe very shallowly, right? Very hollow breaths, very shallow breaths. It's easy, right? But taking deep, long breaths, essentially because our muscles associated with our stomach region are so tight. This is why you guys should be doing yoga. I've made videos on this. It'll be awkward. But with anything, it takes practice. And once you gain the rhythm, you'll do it. And anytime your mind starts to wander and you get a little bit anxious, come back to your breath. Your anxiety will relieve, I would argue, by about 80 to 90% if you simply just use this one tactic, which will then therefore make you alpha as fuck, because alpha is merely just a brain frequency. It's a lower, smoother, vibrating frequency when you are calm, right? When you are focused, right? Alpha brainwaves is what it is. It's a focused, calm, grounded state. Do you understand, right? So that's why I titled it this. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And as final plugs, guys, if you would like to work with me at any of the topics or questions in this video, there is always one-on-one coaching. We have group coaching, which is the workshop. And finally, we have the self-development course. But what I'm going to be promoting hardcore here, guys, is the workshop, because you guys are watching this on Wednesday. And of Sunday, just a few freaking days, guys, we're going live with the one of April. We just finished up the one of March, guys. It's myself and a small group of men. I do it once a month, and it's for 1 hour live stream calls with a private Facebook group for unlimited messaging. We speak everything on fitness, nutrition, intermittent fasting, no fat, meditation, cold showers, early rising, increasing your masculinity to improve your relationships, define your passion, and turn it into a business online, guys. There's a 100% money back guarantee. Grab yourself a spot down below, and I will see you on Sunday. Thank you, guys. Or you can support the channel. Check out the clothing sponsor Edge. Coupon code Hammond. Let's go, guys. Wear them every freaking day. Hashtag Superman gains. And let's come back to our breath, okay? That's the most important thing that matters at the end of the day. Thank you. Till then, much love. Peace.